Hi, my name is Mark and today I'd like to tell you more about Garden Trilogy. A trilogy of games from Uchiba Koya, and those games will be on Kickstarter on September 16. Aqua Garden you may know because this is a game that was already released in the past by Uchiba Koya. Aqua Garden also got some expansions as well. But now they have two more games, Dino Garden and Sky Garden, so they are launching a Kickstarter campaign for all those three games. And what type of games are they? Aqua Garden is a game where you will try to collect fish and create the nicest aquarium and of course score as many points as you can. So this is kind of a set collection game. In Sky Garden you will collect birds and in Dino Garden you will collect dinosaurs. All those games share a lot of similar mechanics, but they are all different from each other. Now, in a second I will show you quickly how those games play and what the games are about, and then I will tell you what I think about this trilogy. This is Aqua Garden prepared for play. I will explain the rules with this game and then I will show you Sky Garden and Dino Garden, but I will only tell you what are the differences between those three games. But the basic rules for all three games are more or less the same, so I will explain them with Aqua Garden. In Aqua Garden, your goal is to collect different fish and place them on your player board, on your aquarium board, and then score victory points. This is your board. Here you will track the amount of money you have. You can spend money to buy additional fish, or to buy corals, or to buy seaweed from this seaboard here. You have 6 areas where you'll be able to place fish. Each tank can contain different number of fish, but it has got a limit of 4 oxygen. And here you can see that different types of fish, they take different amount of oxygen. For example, if you would like to put a fish like this, here it takes 4. So one fish can be placed here, nothing else. But here you can see that if you place seaweed, this seaweed extends the capacity of your tank by 2. So thanks to this seaweed, you have the capacity of 6. So you can place this fish and additionally something else. So you have 6 tanks. And during the game, the number of rounds depends on the player, on the players. When you play a solo game, you will play 3 rounds. During the 3 rounds, you will place those fish here, different types of fish in different tanks, and at the end of the game they will score points. How many points they score, it is shown on the main board. For example, a turtle will give you 2 points, a shark will give you 2 points, seahorse 2 points. This big fish, I don't know, it's orca or something like this, will give you 4 points, and a pair of those 2 fishes will give you 3 points. So you have to try to place them in a way that you will get more points. But of course, for example, if you want to place a turtle, you need also a seaweed in a tank. If you want to place a shark, shark cannot be with the small fishes and with a turtle, because a shark will eat it. So those fish, they also have some requirements how to place them. Each player also has got this event card, and this card can give you additional money depending what type of fish you have in those 2 event tanks. Because, for example, if you have this card gives you money if you have a shark and a seaweed. So, for example, anytime, because this is one of your meeples, you have 2 meeples, you have a worker, employee, this one, and an owner. Owner moves on the main board and employee moves here. Anytime when you move your employee, it only moves in the clockwise direction. Anytime you move your employee like this and you cross this space, you will get money, and you will get always 1 money and as much coins as you have parts of the fish depicted here. So if I have a shark and I have a seaweed, I will gain 1 additional coin. If I have a second set like this, I will get 2 additional coins. So each player gets 1 event card, and those cards can give you additional money. How the game plays, because this is the most important part. I will show you some other things because we also have some milestone, some goal cards that you can get, some special fish cards, but the basic flow of the game is very simple. You take your owner and you can place it on any space as you want. You can only move forward and you cannot place a owner token on a space occupied by another owner token. So in a multiplayer game, if someone, let's say, ends the movement here, you cannot place your owner here. So you can go from here to here, or you can go from here straight to here. Of course, you can only go in one direction, and when there are no free spaces for you to place your owner, or you don't want to place it on any space, it goes back here, and when all owners come back here, this is the end of the round. So you should try to get as many fish as you can each round, because there are not many rounds in this game. When you end your movement on a space with a fish, you will take this fish, you start here, you will have to move your employee from 1 to 3 spaces. You can move to 4th or 5th place by spending money, but the basics are 1 to 3 spaces. So for example, I will move him here, I will move him here, because I crossed this spot, I get 1 coin, and now I can place this fish in one of the tanks adjacent to my employee. So either here or here. I will put this fish here, and that's basically it. The capacity is 4, this fish took me 1 oxygen, so everything is okay. And then a next player can move. Now again I can move, I will move for example here, then I will have to move my employee, 1, 2 for example, and I will place my seahorse here. And this is how the game plays. If you don't want to take a fish, for example, you can end your movement on one of those 4 dark blue spaces. And those are advertisement spaces where when you end your movement here, you choose one of the 4 advertisements printed on the main board and you can get money. Here you get 1 coin for each pair of those 2 fish. Here you get 1 coin for 1 fish on your player board. So this is an additional way to get money. One way is to end movement on advertisement space and choose the one that you can fulfill the best, and the other option to get money is to move across this icon here and you will get money from your event card. Anytime during your turn you can also get one of the bonuses from those milestone cards. They have a requirement of a specific type of sea life in one of the tanks. If you can fulfill it, you will take one of your tokens, these tokens here, you will place it here, and then you will get points at the end of the game. But also the first person who places a token, victor token, on those milestone cards can get those special fish from this card and place it anywhere on your player board. So completing those milestone cards is important because it will give you points at the end of the game, but it will also give you points, it will give you additional fish that you can place on your player board. There is additional, you can say, mini expansion in the game with some special fish. You can use it or you don't have to use it, it's up to you. If you want the game a little more complex, you can use it. You will take the 3 special fish cards with some special meeples, and anytime when you end your movement on one of those 4 spaces, instead of getting the advertisement, you can pay to take a fish from any card and place it somewhere on your player board. And those special fish, they give you additional victory points when the game ends. Each card, each special fish has got a different scoring condition, so you have to read them. But I think this is a nice way to make the game a little more complex, because apart from the points from the fish and apart from the milestone cards, you can also score additional points from those special fish. If you want to play the game, of course in a multiplayer game, you play the game, then you count your score and the player with most points win. If you want to play solo, you also start here. Let's reset the board, for example. And as you can see, the board is in a way divided into 5 segments. You have 1 segment, 2 segments, 3rd, 4th and 5th. If you play solo, you have no opponent, you will just try to beat your own score, and you have to move your owner to one of those sections. Here, here, here and here. To any space on those sections. So let's say I will move it here, I will move my employee here, and I will place a turtle here. In my second turn, I have to choose a different section. So for example, this one, then this one, then this one, and then this one. It means that in one round, I will be able to get up to 5 fish. Of course, I can get more if I pay 2 money to get fish from the seaboard, because you can buy seaweed, you can buy coral, and you can buy additional fish from this board. But basically from the main board, if I play solo, I will be able to take up to 5 fish. I can finish my movement on one of those special spots, and I can get money from one of those ads. But if I do it, I have to use, I have to take 4 of those special markers of an unused color. I have them somewhere in the box, and I have to mark this ad as used. So the next time I finish my move on a dark blue spot on the main board, I cannot use the same ad. So I can only use each of the advertisement bonuses once in the whole game. And when I end my turn, I go here, then I will reset the board, I will take those fish away, I will put new fish on the board, and I will start the second round and then the third round, and the game ends. I should have a marker here. Oh, and the game will end, and I have to try to beat my own score. So there is no opponent, you are just trying to beat your own score. And this is how to play the game. Collect fish, place them in your aquarium in the best way possible to maximize the scoring. You have to try to get to complete those milestone cards, and you have to, if you play with the advanced fish, also you should try to get them, because they can give you additional point at the end of the game. This is how you play Aqua Garden. Let me tell you about the 2 other games. So this is Sky Garden, the second game in this Garden Trilogy series. As you can see, some things look similar to Aqua Garden, like for example this main board. You have your owner meeple, and you will use this meeple to move around the board, and depending where you land, you will get those beautiful birds, and you will place them on your board. One difference here is that this time you don't place meeples on the board, but you place these round tokens, and they are randomly drawn from a bag at the start of each round. So it's not possible to feel the meeples in your hand when you place them from the bag at the start of the round. This is like more, I would say, better solution. So if you land on a spot with a bird, you will move your worker around your board, and then you will place the bird on one of the 6 areas you have on your player board. The player board looks a little similar to Aqua Garden. The difference is that on those 6 areas you have lakes that you can unlock, and some birds prefer to be in areas with a lake, and some birds prefer to be areas with trees. You can buy trees for money and you can place them. You cannot have a tree and a lake at the same area. So depending which birds you have in which region, you have to you should place 3 trees or lakes, because then you will score more points. You have your worker your employee, and each time you place your owner somewhere on the main board, you have to move your worker 1 to 3 spaces, and depending where you land, you can place the bird on one of the 2 adjacent areas here. So this works similar. You also have your event card, and when you cross this spot, when you move your employee, you will get money depending how well you accomplish the goal from your event card. Here you can track your money. You will spend your money to buy special birds or to buy the trees or those nests. I will talk about them in a second. Also, you can buy the additional birds from this round board here. But here you also have an egg track. You start here at 0, but during the game you will be able to collect eggs. Some eggs will be placed in this beautiful nest, you can say board, the nest area here, but some eggs will be placed here, and at the end of the game, the higher you are here, the more points you will score for your eggs. Here, this track has got a lot of cubes of your color, because those cubes are used on this milestone board. You have different milestones, different goals that you can achieve during the game. Each time you achieve one of those goals, they are different. They require you to have some total number of birds on your player board, or specific birds in one of the areas. You take the topmost cube and you place them on this milestone board. Whenever you complete a row or you complete a column, you get one of those bonus tokens, and of course, the more cubes you unlock here, the more points you will score at the end of the game. And you also have those nests, and those nests are used to create small birds and to create eggs. Anytime where you have a nest, you can buy the nest for 2 money, and you have 2 birds of the same species, of the same kind, on the nest. And when you place your owner meeple on one of the spots depicting a nest, then for each pair of birds on a nest on your player board, you will place 1 egg in a corresponding area like here. And if you should get second egg of a bird of the same type that you already have an egg, then you will move forward on your egg track here. So you not only have to worry, or you not only have to plan what birds you place on your board and where are they, and which type of birds are they, but you also have to think about those nests, because those eggs can give you additional points at the end of the game. You also have this advertisement, not cards, this time they are printed on the board, and each time when you finish movement on those tokens, you can either score points for the advertisements, you choose one and you score points for the requirement printed on it, or you can spend money to buy one of the 3 special birds that are here, and you can place those birds on your player board, and they will give you some additional points at the end of the game. You can also buy an additional 7th area, and you can place it near your board, so you will have even more space for birds. It costs 4 money, but it will give you, apart from additional space with either a tree or a lake, it will give you additional points at the end of the game. So, as you can see, this is more advanced because you have those eggs, you have this egg track, you have more goals that you can accomplish. You should try to accomplish rows, and you should try to accomplish columns. Also, those special birds are required to play, to use in a game. In Aqua Garden, you had those special fishes, but it was optional to use them in the game, and here you have to use them. But basically, the main idea, moving your owner around the board, picking birds and placing on your board, this remains the same. And the solo game plays basically the same. You have 5 sections, you move your owner from a section to section. So each round you'll be able to get up to 5 birds. after 3 rounds the game ends, and then you have to calculate your score. So this is how you play Sky Garden. So this is Dino Garden. A lot of elements look similar to the 2 previous games. There are some new things as well. We still have the main board, and the main board has got different spaces. You have your owner meeple, and you will use this meeple to move around, and depending on which token you land, you will take either a corresponding animal, or you will be able to get money or buy a special dinosaur. Like in previous games we had special birds and special fish. The difference is that you have no advertisement cards or tiles. We have those milestone tokens, and they have 2 parts, top and bottom. And when you complete both milestones from each pair, you will be able to place one of your cubes here, and then you will be able to play one of the 5 cards that you start the game with, and those cards give you one-time bonuses. So you choose which bonus you get when you place your milestone cube on the board, apart from getting victory points when the game ends. So this is the main difference, not main, but one difference. There is still this round board, and you can buy animals, dinosaurs from this board for 2 money. But this time we have volcanoes, and some dinosaurs, they prefer to be in an area with a volcano, and some, of course, some don't. You have three types of dinosaurs. Those 3 dinosaurs, they like to eat meat, they are carnivores, but you also have herbivores, more peaceful dinosaurs, so they are here. And those dinosaurs, they prefer to be in an area with water, and the carnivorous dinosaurs, they prefer to be in an area with a volcano. And just like with Sky Garden, we have those 6 areas here, and you can pay 2 money to remove this part, and you will have a lake. And then you can place dinosaurs here. Some dinosaurs, like this one for example, needs to be in water in a lake to be placed here. And you have your board, you have your money truck as well. You have your employee will move counterclockwise around the board, and if you want to, when you land on a dinosaur, you will have to move him 1 to 3 spaces, and depending where he lands, you will have to place the dinosaur in one of your areas. But additionally, we have a feeder, and this feeder will move clockwise around the board in other direction, and you can move him when you land on one of those special spots on the main board. And his goal is to pick up and leave meat tokens. This is a new thing, because apart from this main board, you also have this predator board, and there are 6 different predator boards in the box. They have different bonuses here, and at the end of each round, after you move around the board and after all owner meeples land on the initial area here, then you will have a predator stage where different dinosaurs will try to consume meat in the areas they are placed on your board. So this tells you which dinosaur, the herbivore dinosaur, produces which type of meat, and this part of the board shows you which carnivore dinosaur wants to eat which type of meat. And anytime you have a meat token in the corresponding area with the dinosaur who wants to eat this meat, you will move this cube from left to right. Apart from getting victory points at the end of the game, the farther to the right the cube moves, you also will unlock some bonuses. Some bonuses are used for endgame scoring, like here, for example here, for each dinosaur of this type you will get 3 additional victory points. Sometimes you have some permanent bonuses, like here, buying the special dinosaurs will cost 1 less coin. Here you get one-time bonus, like you get this meat and you can place it somewhere on your board. So this is basically the main difference. Apart from having no advertisement cards and no advertisement areas here, you have this predator board, and this predator board comes with this feeder, and when he moves around he can pick up meat or he can leave a meat in one of those spots. And here this board is used to store meat. When he moves around he can pick up to 3 meat tokens of different types. You will place them here, and then he can leave this meat on other areas on your player board. This can be upgraded. If you upgrade it for free money, you will get more victory points at the end of the game, but you can also store more meat, 5 meat tokens. So you don't only have to manage the dinosaurs on your board, you also need to think about the meat and think about the predators. You have 3 types of special dinosaurs in the prototype that I have. Each has different cost, and each of those dinosaurs give you different endgame bonuses depending on the type. And the solo game works the same. You move your owner meeple around the board. You have 5 different sections. Each turn you have to move from one section to another and take one of the dinosaurs. Those 4 special tokens can only be visited 4 times in the whole game, so you can either get free money or a special dinosaur, then you flip it and this becomes unavailable until the end of the game. And when the game ends you have to count your score and you have to try to score as many points as you can. Those are the differences in Dino Garden. Now we have an idea how those games play, so I can tell you what I think about them. I really enjoyed playing all 3 of them. I always wanted to play Aqua Garden. I have seen a lot of photos of Aqua Garden online. Beautiful game about fish. Those fish meeples, they look beautiful. To be honest, all Uchibakoya games look amazing. You can check out their website. But I always wanted to try Aqua Garden. I was curious about this game because from what I read about this game, it reminds me a little of Calico and Cascadia, a game but it's a family plus game. You can play with your family, you have like a puzzle, you want to score as many points as you can collect fishes and animals. And I have to say that this is exactly what I expected. Great game with not very complex rules, because I think you can explain those rules to anyone, and even people that are not very like hardcore board gamers, they would understand how to play the game. I'm talking about Aqua Garden now, because I think Aqua Garden is the lightest of all those 3 games. But the game looks amazing, it gives you a lot of options to score points, and it looks great, and you have different goals, you have different fish, and those fish, they give you different points depending where they are in your aquarium. So this is really cool. I really like that in Aqua Garden you can add some additional rules to make the game a little complex, because you have those special fish cards and you can play with them or without them. This is what I played. This is the, I would say, plain base game of Aqua Garden. I know that there are some expansions that were released in the past. I don't have those expansions here. I'm not sure if and how they will be offered to you on the Kickstarter campaign, but I'm talking about the base game, because I imagine that Aqua Garden with additional expansions makes the game probably a little more complex. But this is the lightest of all of them. Great family plus game. Even some seasoned and more advanced gamers will have a lot of fun, but you can definitely play this game with your family. This game is basically language independent, so you only have some icons and symbols on cards, on the board, on tokens, so you don't have to to read to play the game. I'm talking about playing with with kids as well. Then I would say the second, the more complex one is Dino Garden. And Dino Garden shares a lot of mechanics with Aqua Garden, because again you will collect dinosaurs, you will place them on your board. Each section of your board can contain a limited number of dinosaurs, so you have to place them in a way that will give you most points. You have also goals that you can try to achieve, but those goals are more randomized at the start of the game. You also have the special dinosaurs, but at least the rulebook that I have, it includes those special dinosaurs in the base game. It's not like a mini expansion that you can add to the game. The rulebook says that you have to play with those special dinosaurs, so it's a little more complex. But you also have an additional small board where you have to track the how you feed the animals, the you could say predator track. So this is a little more complex. The basic idea is the same. You move around the board, you collect dinosaurs and you place them on your board, but the way how you can score points and the goals that you can achieve, there are more options, and this is a little more complex. And the most complex one, I would say, is, at least for me, it's Sky Garden, because it combines everything from Aqua Garden and from Dino Garden. You have a separate achievement board with different goals that you can achieve. You have the ads that give you the money depending on how many birds you have on your board. Those birds on your board, they can lay eggs, and you have this nice, beautiful, you could say, nest from cardboard where you will place eggs. You have special birds, so this is the most complex one. But the funny thing is about this trilogy is that even though all those games share the same basic concept, that you have a board, you move around the board, you collect different types of animals and you place them on your board, and then you will score points at the end of the game. Thanks to those different small, sometimes bigger changes, they all feel a little different. Like you have lakes in Sky Garden and Dino Garden, you didn't have them in Aqua Garden. So if I would have to advise you which one of those games to get, it's a hard choice. I would say if you enjoy the idea of those games, if you have seen the part of this video where I explain to you how the game play, how those games play, and if you like this idea, you like what you have seen, I would say get all three of them, because it's hard to choose one. It's like choosing your favorite child. But if I had to choose only one, that I would choose Sky Garden, because I would say I'm an advanced board gamer, I play a lot of heavy games, and for me Sky Garden is the most crunchy one, the most varied one, a lot of different ways to score points, and it kind of combines all those different mechanics from Dino Garden and Aqua Garden. If you're looking for a lighter game, or the lightest one, I would say Aqua Garden. I think it's the best game to play with your family, to play with kids. The rules are the lightest, the easiest to learn. At least the base game of Aqua Garden. I'm not talking about any of Aqua Garden expansions. But again, if you like dinosaurs and maybe you have, you are a big fan of Jurassic Park, then you should get Dino Garden. So it's really up to you. I would say getting all three of them wouldn't be a bad idea, because it's not like the same game with just different artwork. It reminds me a little of, like, you have Wingspan, then you have Wormspan, then you have Finspan. All those three games, they share a lot of similarities, but they feel different from each other. So it's a little like this here with the Garden trilogy. So if you want to have all three of them on your shelf, it's not a bad idea, because they all play a little different and they give you different feelings when you play them. If you have to choose only one, I would say go with the theme that you like most: dinosaurs, fish and birds. In terms of solo, you are trying to beat your own score. There is no bot, no automa, so if you only like to play solo against an opponent, then there is no opponent here. For me, it's not a problem. I usually like to play against automa, but in the more complex games, in games like this, games like Dino Garden, Sky Garden, Aqua Garden, but also games like Calico or Cascadia, for me, playing against myself, trying to beat my score is fun, because those type of games, they are like a puzzle. You have limited number of rounds, limited number of moves, and you are trying to maximize your score and get as many points as you can. So, okay, I would like to see an automa here in this game, in those games, but they play nice. Those games are fast. It says 60 to 90 minutes, but I would say if you play solo, you can play those games in 30-40 minutes, so they are not long games. And okay, maybe if they added some type of achievement sheet in the rulebook that will give you some goals to achieve, it would be nice. But basically, the rules for solo game are mostly the same as multiplayer rules. You have just a limited number of turns each round and you play for 3 rounds. So to wrap it up, really cool light puzzle set collection, family plus games. They look beautiful. Just look at the photos on my social media or on Uchibakoya website. Beautiful games, really fun. September 16 is the launch of the campaign. I will leave link in the description. Go to the campaign. I have no idea what type of bundles they will have, what prices there will be. You have to check out the campaign. But I can really recommend those games to you. Click the like button if you like this video, subscribe to my channel as well. You can find all the links to my social media in the description of the video, as well as to the Kickstarter campaign. Thanks for watching, see you next time, bye!